Hey, School Zone podcast listeners, Matt coming at you from beautiful sunny Stephenville, Texas. I've got Kim Madey on the line. Kim is actually in the Portland area as we speak, but their team is kind of spread all over the place. Kim, thank you very much for joining us in the School Zone, and introduce yourself. Let everybody know who the heck you are.
Well, thank you for having us. My name is Kim Madey, and I am one of the owners of it's School Life, a division of Image Stuff. We started out as imagestuff.com, and we specialize in school items. So we decided to add and change our name to School Life so that schools will realize that we really value the life of your school. So that was kind of where that was coming from. My other two partners are my family members, my sister Stacy and my father Jim. And why we were saying Image Stuff is basically Stacy and my father started Image Stuff a long 21 years ago with doing yearbooks and memory books. And I got involved about a year after that. We started doing a lot of award and recognition items other than yearbooks. And we kind of got out of the yearbook. It was very, very labor intensive work. And we just started doing more and more award and recognition items. So that's kind of how the Image Stuff and School Life transitioned. And the education has been very, very important in my family for years because my father and my mother were both principals. My mother was a principal of one of the largest high schools in Southwest Texas, Klein Forest. My father was a teacher, a principal, and then he was always an entrepreneur at heart, and he became a small business owner with a business called EPI, Educational Products Incorporated. So, and that's a big company. He sold that off. I don't even know how many, probably about 15 years ago, more than 15 years ago, 25 years ago. And thought he was going to retire, but we roped him back into our business. My sister and I did. So we're lucky.
So Dad was one of the founders of EPI, or the founder of EPI?
The sole founder of EPI.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's kind of cool to go to trade shows and see EPI there because my mom is an artist. She started as an art teacher, and she actually designed the same logo that they are using today, and we laugh about it. And my sister and I, all throughout middle school, elementary, middle school, and high school, we worked for Mama and Daddy, and we did we packaged school supplies, and we know the school industry inside and out. It's just something that's always been very, very important to us. Education.
So in other words, your family is steeped in school fundraising, et cetera, history for years and years and years.
Years
that's
and years
incredible.
and years. My aunts are teachers and librarians and just retired recently. So I don't know. I don't think we have anyone in our immediate family that is not in the education industry.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So let's dive in then more specifically about School Life. What you guys do, how you do it, that type of thing.
Okay, so we were joking earlier when you said, this is an opportunity to brag because our number one item, the item that we invented, we have a registered trademark on it, is called brag tags. Brag tags are about the size, they're like a military dog tag. They're styled after a military dog tag, but they're laminated, and schools can put a full color imprint of anything from perfect attendance to honor roll to anything that they want to award and recognize their students for. And they're really inexpensive, between 14 cents and 25 cents. So every student in the school can have one, whether they're, the stellar academic children that have honor roll or just perfect attendance. Everyone can get recognized and rewarded, and that is such a motivational factor. It's unbelievable how these little brag tags motivate these kids. They clamor to collect them. It's pretty cool.
So what was it that you guys, in your transition from Image Stuff to rebranding with School Life, when did that kind of transition occur as far as, okay, there's a real need in the industry for this, and how did all that kind of evolve?
Okay, so from EPI, Image Stuff, we had a lot of different. Our whole goal was EPI was more of a school supply company. So what Stacy and I started doing was getting more and more involved in extracurricular things other than school supplies, things that would motivate, instead of it being a reading book for the kids that they need to have a book or a composition notebook or their crayons and all that. We started thinking, what is something that will motivate students that's fun, but to get them to want to come to school, to want to stay, to behave in class, to actually be motivated to learn, to read, and all the little things that we had great graphic designers we've had since day one. Most of our designers have been with us 17 years or more. Most of our employees have been with us that long or more. So we just, brainstormed what it was that would motivate and actually get results. The things that we sell are very good classroom management trinkets for teachers. Especially brag tags, and it just from there the phenomenon caught on. So we really didn't transition into to have two websites. We have Image Stuff and we have School Life. And School Life, we've always owned the domain schoollife.com, but we really started having people identify more and more with school, with the life of your school, and we thought, this is a really good time to make sure that school is in our name. We do stuff for school, which would be great for Image Stuff, but we wanted schools to know we specialize, we know schools. So that's how that transitioned into the two different websites, the School Life and the Image Stuff, but it's one company.
So talk a little bit more. Obviously, I guess schools have the ability to control the design of some of these brag tags, but I assume you also are releasing new ones on a regular basis.
Absolutely.
That are available to anybody. Absolutely. How does that work?
So we have a few different paths you can take. We have stock artwork that is adorable. Everyone loves it. I mean, things that could have something to do with box tops fundraisers. It could have, we just have thousands of stock designs. So what schools do is they look and they say, this is perfect. I don't want our school name on it. I don't want anything. I just want it to say box top and box top fundraiser. And then they purchase those from us and give them to kids to motivate their kids to bring in all their box tops. Or let's say Red Ribbon Week. They want to say, our school is drug free or always be drug free. They will get brag tags. We have a lot of stock Red Ribbon brag tags, but say they want their school name on them. That's easy. They say, we'd like our school name on this exact tag. And I mean, we do anything. They can say, we love this tag, but we want the color changed. Can it say, instead of drug free, can it say, I will always be drug free? Any type of customization we do. And it's no extra cost. We post free, no obligation proofs. So, a teacher will go on and just determine that this is what she wants and then say, oh my gosh, this is so cute, and give her, school name or even Mrs. A's classroom or whatever that they might, any type of customization they might want. And it's taken off. The students really love it, and the teachers love them because they're cost effective and they work.
So is the program primarily used as like a rewards kind of platform, or is it used as a way to raise money or by sales to the kids, or is it kind of all the above? What do you guys see?
It's primarily motivational, rewards, and recognition. It's and I'll tell you our number one program is called our Perfect Attendance Program. So what schools do is they say, how can we increase our attendance record? How can we do this? And we have so many principal and superintendent testimonials that this works above and beyond their expectations. And what they do at the beginning of the year is determine, we've got 9 accounting periods, meaning 9 months. Some schools do 6 weeks at a time, but let's just say for, conversation, 9 school months. They say, okay, we have 400, 400 kids in September with perfect attendance, 300 in October, November. So each month that they have perfect attendance, they have like an assembly, and they give out the tags that the kids that had perfect attendance that month. So at the end of 9 months, if a student has had perfect attendance all year, they receive a plaque with their name on it that says perfect attendance all year. So that's part of our perfect attendance program, and it's just really easy. We design all 9 tags to the customer specifications, and they can order all of them at one time, or they can order them monthly, however they deem best for their school.
What are some other programs along those lines that you guys have found to be effective?
We have a very effective STEM program. We have very effective, a program in Florida called SSYRA is a very effective program for reading. We have character counts programs, reading programs, anything that we feel like will benefit children, that it might be a little bit boring for them, maybe reading, anything that they would say, wait a minute, I want to get something at the end of this. I want to get a brag tag for this. So I'm going to put in the effort, and then all of a sudden things start to change, and the more effort they put in, the more they collect, and it's just a cycle.
Do you guys venture into licensed at all with some of your images?
We have,
to kind of go along with trends? We
have, like the Iditarod. There is a program called I Did a Read, and some schools have wanted to actually use some of the I don't know what those the mush dogs. They've wanted to use pictures of those, and they've actually asked for license and if we could use that. Now we can't sell it to other customers. We can only sell it to the customers that they have license with. But we do a lot of themes that have to do with Star Wars, or our latest thing that our designers have created this last year. They came up with a whole emoji kind of a package for anything, perfect attendance or math and science. We have math reading ninjas. So anything that is relevant, the emoji movies coming out, we try to incorporate that so that kids are always kind of clamoring for them. Doesn't get stale. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do they wear them like on a chain, like a dog tag, or are they worn on their backpack, or what do you typically see there?
So that's a good question. Both. I would say at this point it's probably half and half. It depends on what the principal likes to do, but if the principal likes for the students to wear them, that usually what they do is give them a 24-inch metal ball chain, exactly like a military ball chain. And then you'll see the students wearing them and collecting, all 9 or 10 or 20 or however many they want on there. And a lot of times they give them a 4-inch keychain. So then that way the kids keep it on their backpack. And, it's kind of like their prize, and they start to compete with each other. I got this one. What one did you get? And it's kind of a neat little thing that the students do.
Wow. So how many schools on last count do you guys work with around the country?
Around the country, last count was about 13,000 schools.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. We just actually sent a flyer to 9,500 of our existing customers, customers that during our transitions the last few years of going from Image Stuff to School Life, and people kind of, Image Stuff, is it the same as School Life? And so what we did is we sent a flyer just recently to 9,500 of our older existing customers that might not have ordered in the last year, say, hey, here's what's going on. You're a preferred customer. Here's a 10% discount. And we've gotten a lot of really great feedback about that.
So how many of these have you guys produced over the years?
How many brag tags? Oh my gosh. I would have no idea.
So you guys don't have like McDonald's when they hit the 1 billion burgers sold or whatever?
No, but that's a great idea, Matt. We should do that.
It would be cool just to know. I mean, it's obviously millions upon millions.
Oh, absolutely. But you know what? That's a new plan. I'm going to implement that. I'm going to implement a brag tag. You're going to get a brag tag for that, and it's going to be our starting count. It'll be awesome. Let's count.
Awesome. That's way cool. Maybe we can work something out. We can put together a school zone brag tag.
Absolutely.
Oh, that would be
Absolutely.
cool.
And it will be. We count, and meaning schools count, school zone counts, school life counts, and we count, and we'll start with one, and we'll keep going. And I'm sure by the end of even this year, we'll be at well over a few million.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
yeah, we'll have a. Well, each year we'll do a little podcast where we have a celebration.
There you go. We can do it. We can do it. I know the guy that sets all this stuff up.
Oh, I bet you do. You got a special in.
So tell me a little bit about, because my kids with my company, School Spirit Vending, have grown up as part of an entrepreneurial family, and they've kind of done a little bit of everything over the years. And I'm excited. The two oldest are in college now. My youngest is a junior in high school. So we're close to being empty nesters, but coming from a family along the same lines, a little bit about what it was like as a kid growing up, working for mom and dad's company, and what were some of the things that you did and learned along the way from being in that environment.
It's immeasurable. I'm sure you guys are the same way with your kids. We had the most amazing life because our parents are wonderful, but also we had summers together. And so there's where the entrepreneurial spirits would really, grow, because during the school year, they were very busy with their jobs. They were very invested in great principals and great, teachers, my parents. So in the summers would be where we would facilitate this kind of entrepreneurial spirit and start to think about my dad would be like, what do you think about this name? And, well, I'm thinking of educational products. And mama would say, okay, well, I'll draw a little, it was like a compass and a glue and a pencil. And so once the seeds were planted, my father actually learned about it through, he thought about it through watching a show, a Mary Kay Cosmetics show where they have these home shows. So he thought, I know schools. I could do home shows, not with makeup, but with school supplies. So it used to be such a traumatic thing. Every year, the kids would have the school supply list, and then it was a mass exodus. Everybody would go to Target and Walgreens and Walmart and all these places trying to get their school supplies. Oh, they needed the composition books. They needed the crayons. They needed the tissues. So he's like, I'm going to make that convenient and package it in one package. And then I'll have home shows and let the moms sell it. And so let it be a fundraiser. And that's how that started. So anything that, that can be a fundraiser for schools is a nice way to get in with schools. And then from there, it spread. And we have funny stories. I mean, I would literally drive a forklift for my parents in the warehouse, and I would smash glue. My sister one time we were delivering, it was when we got bigger and bigger, or when my father's company got bigger and bigger, we started to deliver in trucks. And this is way back when we were driving almost not 18-wheelers, but big trucks, my sister and I, as 18-year-olds and 17-year-olds and 16-year-olds. And so we would go to the school and a Howdy Elementary and deliver these boxes of school supplies. And one time my sister was back. I was telling her, back up, come on. And we were trying to back up as close as we could to the gym. And next thing you know, I see these bricks falling down. And I'm like, okay, that's good. And so we have so many funny stories like that. But we continued always to work together. We've always loved it, and when we know it's appreciated, the teachers, it just makes it makes our job so much easier.
That's way cool. Very, very, very cool. Yeah, my my oldest became our first graphic designer at 10 years old.
Oh, cool.
For School Spirit Vending. He's now 21 and a junior in college, and has actually been hired by the external affairs office at the college to do a lot of their marketing for the school and produce a lot of their stuff. Just because,
that's great.
He was in the real world starting at 10, but was also in a safe environment as a kid.
Absolutely.
to kind of learn as he was ready to take on more responsibility, as I'm sure was the case with you guys too. So
that's fantastic.
that is really, 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 really cool.
Yeah, the graphic design thing is interesting because my sister and I really knew nothing about graphic design, and my father would teach us, like, here's a program, look at this program, let's see if we can draw this. And we just kind of learned a little bit as we went, and at one point we were pretty good, we thought. We actually took after we graduated college, we took other classes in graphic design, but we don't even do Illustrator and Photoshop and all that anymore because our designers are like light years ahead of us, like, as I'm sure your son is.
Right. Yeah. It's crazy, but yeah, it's really, really cool. Anything else that you want to share about what you guys are up to that folks need to be aware of?
We're I know you go to a lot of trade shows, and we've kind of been absent the last few years, undergoing a lot of transitions with our manufacturing facilities and transitions with our website. And so we've kind of put the trade shows on the back burner, but we're ready to go. We're starting them again, and we can't wait to see. We love talking to our customers. It's very rare once we get a customer that we lose a customer. And so that's kind of our biggest thing, is that we like to connect with people. We love for them to call. It's not one of these things that, order online and don't bug us. We love to talk to our customers, and we'd like to see the actual results. When someone says, you won't believe our attendance record this year compared to last year. So I think customer services I think you probably realize that as well with your company. There's so many people doing the same thing. You need a competitive edge and a sincere customer service offering. It sets us apart from everyone. I mean, we have very quality products, and we did invent the brag tag, even though a lot of other people are doing it. But if someone, experiences school life, they will realize how our customer service sets us apart. We basically bend over backwards. I mean, if I have to I have to get in the car and drive somebody's order because, USPS didn't pick it up that day, we absolutely will do things like that. So that's kind of what sets us apart.
To give you guys an idea, one of your production facilities is north of Houston, correct?
Correct.
We are recording, the rain stopped down there for Hurricane, was it Harvey?
Harvey.
Yesterday, and their production facility is back open today because folks were able to make it there. So even despite all of that, they are back up and doing their thing with school starting, and are here to serve.
Yeah, our loyal employees
all across the country.
Yeah, they literally, we didn't want them to risk anything. Their safety is the foremost. But they literally got in their trucks and sent us a video this morning of how deep the water was and how they got to our plant. We had just only a little bit of flooding. Unfortunately, my parents' house had a lot of flooding and their first floor is underwater. But our plant, our manufacturing facility, had just a small amount in our screen print shop, and all of our employees were great. They as many as it could, not everybody, but as many as could, got there this morning and started processing those orders from Monday so that we could get everything out in time for the start of school.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Kim, what's the best way for people to reach out to you guys? Phone number, website, email, any of those things?
Okay, so our website is www.schoollife.com, and our toll-free number is 877-773-7705. You can always go on our website, and you can email us. You can email me directly, kim@schoollife.com. You can email Stacy directly, my sister, Stacy@schoollife.com. And you can email our fearless leader, my father, Jim@schoollife.com. So we like for you to reach out any way you can.
Awesome. Well, Kim, thank you very much for taking time for the School Zone. It's been a blast not only learning about school life and before that image stuff, but also learning the history that of your family and your dad and all the stuff that has been done over the years to the benefit of schools all over the country. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here. And man, guys, if you haven't checked out what they're doing, you need to do so. I actually got some information at the Texas PTA conference in my bag from you guys and was looking at it the other day, and it was just really, really, really cool stuff.
Oh,
so
awesome.
If you're an existing customer, get back with them. If you're a new customer, give Kim and her folks a call. Really, really, really neat program. And we all know the power of reward and award. Such a simple little thing or little things can make all the difference in
Absolutely.
encouraging correct habits and behaviors in kids, where oftentimes they're not getting that anywhere else, unfortunately,
Absolutely.
as we all know today. So
Absolutely.
Kim, thank you very much.
Dan, thank you.
Yeah, God bless you, and we'll look forward to talking soon.
I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Yeah, you too.
Okay.